Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, November 15, 2022. You may have an ace up your sleeve or excellent instincts regarding money and value today. Because there can be some communication disconnects, it may be best to take things slowly and step by step, and a Venus-Pluto influence helps you prioritize. Your passions and interests come into strong focus. New insight into financial or security concerns can also emerge. Desires are especially intense as you tend to keep them to yourself, so finding ways to release them, even in small ways, can work to your advantage. Emotional longings can be in strong focus these days, but today, you seem to understand them more than usual. There is also good energy for recycling or repurposing resources to transform them, and it can be satisfying to make the most of what you have. Overall, it's a good time to explore your interests. Don't tempt the universe today. You will regret any impulsive or dark decision if it is made at this time, especially in regard to your personal or romantic life. This is because sweet Venus, our goddess planet of love and beauty, is shivering in the depths of your solar 12th house of karma and will link to powerhouse Pluto in the heavens above. You tend to be a feisty one. So regardless of whether you're single or attached, if you dive into a secret dalliance behind closed doors, this could end up burning your life down to the ground later on. What do you value in your work life? Your subconscious approach to your money and professional commitments may be subject to change when Venus in Scorpio sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. What you may have once prioritized could be subject to subliminal changes. You may find that your goal is to empower one sort of accomplishment over another, such as focusing on a tangible feat or professional achievement. It might be time to align yourself with powerful leaders in your field. How you build wealth over time may also change during this transit. At a point in the year when all the planetary activity is on the income side of the financial fence, the moon's monthly visit to your financial sector is a valuable chance to get a better read on money matters. While a clash with Pluto in your income sector might create some tension between money coming in and money going out, a friendly aspect to both to not only the sun but the planets of money, luck and dreams can easily turn this into motivation. Today's transit keeps you stuck on certain people. There might be a way you can confront the person who is making you feel so intensely, but not before you acknowledge within yourself what you are really feeling. You can't have a successful confrontation if you cannot bring clarity into the situation. So perhaps today is the day to take care of yourself and look within. Exercise will help, and a good night's rest. If it's possible for you, consider working alone today. The essence of the 4 vibration may have you wrapped up in your own thoughts of what needs to be done. You'll probably find yourself energetic and into hard work. Yet, patience may not be as strong as usual. It's not a day where you're apt to take on anything risky or too far out of the norm either. Time spent tending to chores and paperwork is highly productive with today's energy. See about getting through that to-do list today. In the lead-up to Venus' return to Sagittarius and the start of the first planetary activity in your sign since Mars left in January, the final days of her nostalgic trip down memory lane is all about embracing the past and a sense of nostalgia. Venus is spending her final days in a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart at a friendly aspect to Jupiter, who in retrograde motion is amplifying a sense of nostalgia. This is a time for looking back, but with your birthday month and new solar year still 8 days away, without a need to close old doors just yet. 2 days after the moon left your relationship sector, you will not only still be emotionally engaged, but you have had a chance to unpack a download of emotional and intuitive responses that have given you a better read on Mars' retrograde turn. Mars only turned retrograde here 2 weeks ago, shifting the focus onto the past and with it a chance for a do-over. Our eyes in the sky. Today, you'll feel eager to connect on an intellectual and emotional level, but if those around you aren't able to keep up conversationally, you might need to look for ways to expand your social circle. Watch out for negative influences throughout the morning, as Venus and Pluto engage. These vibes can bring out controlling or possessive behaviors, so you'll want to keep an eye out for them in both yourself and others. Diplomacy can go a long way right now, so give others the space to truly be heard. This energy is perfect for celebrating love in all its forms, so you'll want to look for ways to connect with your nearest and dearest. Later, the vibe shifts significantly as Mercury and Mars share a minor frustration. This brings some intensity to the table over the next couple of days, which can help make or break a bond. Be ready for some intense and meaningful conversations that could go a long way to changing your life. After midnight, Venus sextiles Pluto in Capricorn, intensifying our love lives. Venus in Scorpio desires passion. It demands relational dynamics that transcend the mundane and evolve our understanding of romance. Yet, it is also concerned with power. If we are not careful, a bid for loyalty can metastasize into trust issues. The sextile is an easygoing aspect, so rather than prompting chaos, it will simply allow jealous behavior to continue unchecked. We might even the other's urge to possess us to be flattering. Becoming consumed with another's movements would be an unhealthy manifestation of this transit. However, if all parties are engaging with one another consciously, this influence can enhance close connections through sex or moments of deep intimacy. Before noon, the Cancer moon trines the Scorpio sun, helping us to feel at peace. Our emotional and egoic needs are in sync. We can focus our willpower to tackle work or career matters, but we may prefer to spend this time at home, nesting, relaxing, or hanging out with loved ones. This can be a good time for reflecting upon our past or family traditions without going too deep down a nostalgia wormhole. However, we may also intentionally distance ourselves from friends or allies because we want our own way, and a refusal to compromise has left us in the lurch. Additional environmental factors could be at play here, with adverse weather or physical distance adding to the story. Expect lonely feelings to gradually ease up over the course of the day. In the early afternoon, the Sun and Juno align in Capricorn, providing us with the confidence to make practical commitments. We might find ourselves starting a new career path or accepting greater responsibilities within an existing role. We also associate our identity with the success of relational commitments destined for engagement or marriage. This aspect may even mark an occasion to propose. Although our ego is currently aligned with pledges we've made, our needs are bound to change over time. Be bold in your declarations but leave some wiggle room to update vows in the future. That way, they will continue to be wholehearted engagements rather than rote obligations. The caveat is that even though the morning gave us such high hopes, and we want to move forward with our plans and dreams, the cosmos is telling us that today is not the right time. Rather than allow yourself to feel stuck between a rock and a hard place, you can make a list of the goals you want to reach in the next few days. The dream isn't over. It's just on pause. The prospect of change and the work that goes with it could also feel like a daunting challenge to take on, which is exactly why breaking things into smaller, more digestible steps should be a priority. It's also important to remember that it's okay to step back from your responsibilities for a bit, especially if you're feeling highly stressed or tightly wounded.